Just turn this up. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I keep seeing, college basketball games across the country getting postponed or rescheduled. I'm just curious how things are going in your camp in terms of, I guess COVID recently, and, you have a lot of games in 4 or 5 day span. Have you checked in with those programs? See how everything's going?
Well, I know we have. I haven't personally, but I know we're on top of that. That's where John Bateman does a fantastic job of that. And the most important thing you can do is just keep taking care of yourself and your own program. And as coaches, we took the booster a week ago. Majority of our players took the booster the other day. I believe everybody that we have on our roster right now, playing wise, has been vaccinated. But at the same time, you got to be very precautionary. And I think obviously the trepidation is that kids all across the country, no matter what sport, will be going home, for a few days. And so I think our doctors, and again, this led by Ron Corson across the street, but with Lance Schumann learns, we have people that are talking to the NBA in here on our staff. We have people that are talking to the NFL, like what are they dealing with, so that we can make sure that we're taking every step we can. We try to follow it without getting paranoid, but at the same time, you try to be very, very cognizant of the steps that you need to take and keep, not bring panic to it, but bring awareness, keep making sure that we're doing everything we can do to keep ourselves safe and in the right situation and deal with it as it comes.
I'm sure the other guys will ask about Jailyn. So let me just ask you just kind of on Mason, what you see from them and what are some of the key points for this game?
Well, they're battle tested. I think Kim English has done a fantastic job. He was a very good player. He coached at Tennessee last year. An outstanding coach. I'm not even going to call him a young coach because I know he is, but he's an outstanding coach with a very good staff. Dennis Felton's on that staff. So they have a very good staff. They've won on the road. They're coming off a win. They move the ball extremely well. They're very efficient offensively. They shoot the three. They shoot a lot of threes. They can mix their defenses. And so they're a very good Atlantic 10 team, and it's going to be a very good battle for us. And one not only that we're going to play after being off for so long, but one that we're going to have to play without as consistent a player as we have in Jailyn.
Thanks.
Hey Tom, good to see you. Speaking of not having Jailyn, just talk about the adjustments now this team is having to make, and how much having the 9 or 10 days off between games maybe kind of helped y'all get at least a little more used to not having him around. Well,
and the good thing for him outside of today, even yesterday, I mean, he had his surgery this morning, and his surgery went very well. He had his surgery early, and I haven't talked to the doctors directly, but Lance Schumann has. And everything that we got from that is that they were very happy with how it went. And so he's going to be, we'll see him tomorrow. I don't know how how alert he'll be. And he'll have to get through some things this weekend because he's going to be on a lot of pain medication. But he has been a part of this every day, even going into the day after we didn't practice the Wednesday after he got hurt Tuesday. His leadership is just fantastic. And it makes you miss him even more because he's so caring. But I'm really happy that the surgery went well. And I think what he's done, he's not gonna be able to do it as much right now, but what he's done is he's helped the guys. He's helped Dalen. He's helped Noah. We're gonna have to play differently. I mean, and not wholesale differently, but we're gonna have to do some different things. And guys are going to have to, they're gonna have to do more of things like rebounding, getting to the rim. We're gonna have to change our post-up game a little bit outside of Braylon. Jailyn was not only our starting four-man, he was basically our first backup inside. So we're going to have to find different ways to score in the post. We're going to have to find different ways to, we try to build some creativity. Well, the most important thing is not the creativity. The most important thing is the confidence of the other guys. And so we haven't gone against other people, but I love the work that they've done. We've really, and we had a boot camp mentality basically last week on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We took Sunday off outside of what we did with the Boys and Girls Club and some film. We went Monday, Tuesday. We took Wednesday off. We came back yesterday. It was average. We came back today. It was fantastic. So we've got to find a way to be consistent. And that's what's going to take a little while to get to.
Are there any specific players who may see an uptick in minutes now because he's not here?
Oh, I think a lot of people, we're dealing with a couple other injuries right now that have been sustained this week, but I don't think there's any question Jailyn. We were really projecting Jailyn to be able to really help us as we got into January, based on what he's coming back from, injury wise and getting comfortable and things of that nature. And now he's got to do it earlier. I think Noah Ballman, it changes the game for us. Jackson Etter's got to continue to do the multiple things that he does. I mean, he epitomizes a Swiss Army knife. I think Tyrone Baker, Josh Taylor, those guys have got to be ready to go. But I think the one guy that's got to help bring something defensively, especially not only in the post, but on the perimeter, is Ty McMillan. Because Jailyn did a lot of things. I mean, when you take Jailyn and Aaron, those were two guys that whatever needed to be done offensively or defensively, they could find a way to do it. And they could bail you out of a lot of jams. Obviously, Braylon is getting better and can score at the post and can rebound and can pass the ball. But when it came to the defensive part of being able to guard anybody on the floor, Aaron and Jailyn could do that. And now we've got to find ways to make up for that.
Okay, next we're going to go to Jack Leo, and then we'll open it up to follow-up questions.
Yeah, Coach, if you could just talk about keeping the confidence up in your squad, after losing Jailyn, how'd you go about doing that over the last week or so?
Well, it took me a day to get mine back up, to be honest with you. And it's just a leader can't have doubts, right? And so even when you don't know how it's going to go, the leader can't have any doubts because, and I don't, right? I don't know how we're going to play yet. We're going to have to morph into that a little bit because with the 3-point shooting, with the spacing, we're taking out a 23, 24-year-old young man that is incredibly tough and physical and can do so many different things. So you just got to try to build the confidence. And I think one of the ways you do that is you work at it. You spend extra time shooting the ball. You're very demanding on the things that they can control, but your understanding of what they've got to get better at as they build their confidence. And so right now, we've got to be committed to being on that glass. I mean, we have to be. We've got to be committed and even better in our talk on defense. We've got to be better with our activity defensively. The things that we can control, that's what you've got to be really demanding on and tough on with your team. But building the confidence comes from putting them in situations where they're ready and they feel that comfort level to shoot the ball, or they feel that comfort level to make that cut. And if it didn't go right, finish your cut, get out, all the little things that go into it that you take for granted when you've got a guy that is playing the kind of minutes that he was playing. So I'm very confident what we have. Obviously we're playing that we've got a run coming here, starting with George Mason, that we're going to get an opportunity to play a lot of games in a short period of time before conference play. And I don't know how that's going to go, but it's going to give us a chance to see where we're at and where we've got to get better at.
Any follow-up questions for Coach?
A quick one, or I don't know how quick it is, but Tom, you mentioned Coach Felton. I'm curious, before you took the job at Georgia, did you have any contacts in the basketball community that you talked to about the Georgia job in terms of pluses and challenges of trying to come here and win?